Yeah. Arrivederci Santucci. Rome, what terminal? We just made it to Rome. Oh, Mary's back there. Not bad. So this is a room in downtown Rome, Central?
Yeah.
And this one's expensive. How much was this one?
Like 150. That's how
150. So that's the priciest one we've been to.
Ever.
Ever. We have a little terrace. All right. And we're here just for one night, then we're transferring over to another hotel. Miriam, what's that?
The Colosseum.
Huh? What is it?
It's the Colosseum. We're on our way to a tour to see it now.
Okay. It just pops up out of the neighborhood. You're literally just walking in the neighborhood, and then boom, you get your first glimpse of it in this little park here. That tree's pretty. A bush, flowering bush. I don't know what that is.
The palm trees on either side of it.
No, the yellow and
I
purple.
know, I said with the palm trees on either side of that tree.
Here, get up.
Okay, perfect.
What?
X.
So this is the architecture to our left, but when we drew
Those holes are from rebar.
That people took out.
The people took out.
Money, and they wanted to get the money from them.
Yeah.
Add flare bricks and concrete, but when they depleted the materials outside, they started to recycle the materials inside. And that's why you don't see the letters, the numerals. L is 50. How much is that? Anyone read the number for me? Let's come back to the Colosseum.
So, this is the senator's entrance, and it used to be magnificent with stucco, frescoes, marble, and now it's like this. But you zoom right in.
Right? Yes. Yes, did you like it? Top, right? Yeah. Exposed because that's why I'm having a hard time.
the column. Lift it up. Lift it up. Lift it up. Try to lift it up. Pick it up. Just pick it up.
I can't even move this an inch. It's so heavy.
That's the top of it right there, man. Look, this is the top of the column. These things are, push it over. Push it over. Push. How different? 80 AD. It's amazing that they were doing all this way back then. How many levels were there? 5. 5 levels.
Yes. At the Colosseum, like anywhere else in the city.
Yeah.
Because so centuries, steel beams have been visiting the Mobile. One of the souvenirs.
Imagine them walking up the steps. So that there would be others games that was made
The games are not to the last blood, but to the first one. First blood. Sorry. But it's perfect.
It's 6 out of 25 different types.
Opening, we killed 11,000 enemies. This is first of all the huge battle game. So they use that animal.
Oysters, they were fancy. Teeth?
Dice.
Dice.
Amigos.
Oh yeah.
So, in between the matches, they used to play games on the seats. They used to carve a board game into the seats and it had dice.
Is the model of what had to be and never happened.
What do you think that, Miriam?
Fighters as bodyguards.
Oh.
Sometimes they had stages with listeners to teach them hand-to-hand combat tricks. Of a strong man. Strongest boys in the city, best blood.
Gladiators?
Yeah, on the shelf. But me putting the blood out. You know?
And they had gladiator blood on the shelf.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, happens like that.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Can you see it? Too short.
I can see it.
Okay. So before there was a backstage built, they actually flooded it and had naval battles, but it only lasted for 2 years before they set it up backstage like that.
Yeah, civilization.
You can literally go there.
You want to go look around over here?
Was there egg stomping?
What is happening now happened before. So that means nobody actually
One time the Colosseum was affected. Full background for promotion.
look for food.
Correct. Do you like that part? Pretty cool down there.
Finisca.
Hanno fatto il giro.
Italy at the 80s, about 5 years ago.
Oh,
Whereabouts are you guys from?
New York.
New York. Yeah, I used to live nearby Hoboken.
Oh yeah, Jersey.
You guys from New York as well? You're broken out church. Main places. And he was a pope who liked to party. So he'd hold big events in here, big balls and feasts, and afterwards everyone would come out onto the square drinking wine on the fountains. This became the real hive of activity. And the building itself is probably the best example in Rome of Renaissance. He's a very odd chap. Maybe he's still alive somewhere. I don't think that's a golf anymore though. It's actually a bed and breakfast now. Extra services. See, they often don't match. They're often different colours, different widths, different heights. Because they've just been borrowed from earlier buildings and just reused. Probably the best example of Roman recycling is at the Colosseum. If you go to the Colosseum now, you see 2/3 of the outer wall are completely missing. 41. It just says on there, by express order of Monsignor President of the Streets, it's strictly prohibited to leave any trash out on the streets. Right below it now is the trash. So if you want to roam, the station is a good place to stay because it's easy access to everywhere. There's always buses and trains everywhere in the city.
Yeah, it was cheaper.
Watch out for this chain. Watch your step.
We're just going to stop to the side just here.
It's delicious. It's cool. It's cool water. Delicious.
Like I mentioned, even the traffic part is actually safe. Not just don't do a bit of big fun. Just here we get this little engraving which shows the angel of death is this skeleton with wings, and it's holding up this sign. This one again, you get the angel of death. This time it's holding up this hourglass with wings, and it's literally saying, time flies. You don't live long in this life, so live a good life while you can, before the angel of death comes and kicks you at the backside, quite literally. It's very dramatic death close in this guy as well. Not sure why. Each other. Whereas this is just one great big one. And that's because there used to be another building on this site which had to be pretty big. Based on this sign on the wall up here, from here of this prison of the Corte Savella, on the 11th of September 1599 was taken Beatrice Cicenci. We'll hear more about Beatrice Cicenci a bit later on, but it mentions there was a prison. And this building itself wasn't, but there was a prison on this site beforehand. And it was known as the Corte Vella, and it was probably one of the worst prisons ever to have existed. First line. And if you go through the Vatican museums now, if you go through the contemporary art section between the Raphael rooms and the Sistine Chapel, that's all the Borgia apartments. His name is still the fireplace in his bedroom where his body was left for 300 years. The architect Daniel Bradshaw came here, saw this and thought, no, I can do a bigger one. But this is obviously a lot older. This building's from the 1500s, it's about 500 years old. But that shop at the bottom is all lit up at the moment underneath the greenery. Just so if nice people come past through here, but just notice this doorway has come through, number 6, because this is what I'll be mentioning. Just stop just around the corner.
Look, Mary, you can fit in there. You know the sign?
Yeah.
What is it?
Think about Baroque architecture, it's very dramatic.
So this is how you have bread in Italy. You take the salt, and then you take the oil, and you gotta put a lot. You gotta really drench it so it gets all the flavor. And then you try it. So we're here at this restaurant that we found. It looks like a tiny little space that our tour guide recommended, and I got some meatballs based on that recommendation and some carbonara because that's what Rome is known for, and it tastes so good. The meatballs are like melt in your mouth with some homemade tomato sauce. And how's the carbonara?
Bistro?